What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Gonna talk about Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King. In an article with World Boxing News, man, Tyson Fury said that the WBO strap could possibly be on the line when he faces Tom Shwartz. You know, the rankings have Tyson Fury at number 2 and Tom Shwartz at number 3. How Tom Shwartz got at number 3, I don't know, because the guy has fought absolutely nobody when you look at his resume. But anyway, you know, these rankings, they're always questionable in my opinion. But he's ranked number 2. Tyson Fury is ranked number 2 and Tom Shwartz is ranked number 3. And Fury has just said that the WBO title could possibly be on the line. You know, he also said, well, I'm the lineal champion, so I am the number 1 fighter in the heavyweight division. And for the, in the WBO strap can be on the line, but it's still my lineal title still takes precedence over there. He's basically saying, I'm the lineal champion. I really don't have to have the WBO belt, but I think it probably could be on the line when I face this Tom Shwartz. But he's basically saying that in the interview. He also states that maybe I shouldn't be mentioning this. Maybe I'm letting the cat out of the bag, as they say. But we'll see what happens, man. What this tells me that Bob Arum is on the phone with the WBO, probably trying to politic and probably trying to get the WBO to put that title on the line. As we know, Bob Arum and WBO have a very close relationship. Bob Arum is basically in bed with the WBO. And I wouldn't put him past the WBO to probably put that title on the line. I wouldn't put it past him. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would put it past them. I think what they're probably going to end up doing is making the Fury-Schwartz fight be for the interim belts, and the winner of that be the mandatory for the WBO strap. I think Dillian White is finna get messed over. And in his eyes again, he's not getting messed over at the Deontay Wilder situation with the WBC, but I think he's going to feel that he's getting messed over twice, because I think Dillian White is ranked number 1. He is number 1 in the WBO. As I just said earlier, Fury is number 2 and Schwartz is number 3. Oscar Rivas is number 4. So that's and they fight July the 20th. So we'll So what I'm thinking is going to end up happening is I think the winner of Fury Schwartz is going to jump Dillian White and be the number 1. Either jump him in the ranking at number 1, or maybe they leave Dillian White at number 1 like the WBC, and the winner of that fight becomes mandatory. The Fury Schwartz fight, Schwartz winner becomes mandatory for the WBO title. Maybe they do it like that, but we'll see what happens. But Tyson Fury has just made a very controversial statement, man. It's gonna be a lot of controversy, man, and a lot of making a whole lot of waves, saying that he believes that there's a good chance that the WBO title that Andy Ruiz won from Anthony Joshua will be on the line when he fights Tom Shwartz. We'll see what happens, man. But I can't see that happening, man. It's a lot of money on the line for all those belts to be on the line, and all those organizations will want to be a part of a big fight between Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz, a rematch. You would think they want to be a part of that. Then that's a much bigger fight. That fight's going to generate a higher revenue than a potential than any kind of fight involving Fury and Ruiz, or Fury and Schwartz for the WBO title. So I think it's more wishful thinking, but but if you ask me, is Bob Arum on the phone politicking and trying to get that fight to be for the WBO title? You best believe he's doing that, because like I said, he's in bed with the WBO. You look at his 2 top fighters; they both have a WBO strap. You got Vasily Lomachenko, he's a WBO champion. You got Terrence Bud Crawford, he's a WBO champion at welterweight, and Vasily Lomachenko is the WBO champion at lightweight. So we'll see what happens, man. But that was some news that came out today. Y'all can go to the World Boxing News website, and the article is on their website, and that's what Tyson Fury is stating, man. He also says he's the lineal heavyweight champion, so he insinuates that, hey, I don't really need the WBO belt, because everybody knows I am the lineal heavyweight champion, meaning that I am the number 1 heavyweight in the world right now, so I don't need a belt to validate me. He basically saying that, but he's insinuating that belt could be on the line this Saturday when he fights Tom Shwartz. If they strip Andy Ruiz just after he won the belt from 2 weeks after he won the belt from Anthony Joshua, the guy that was considered by a lot of people the #1 heavyweight in the division and had the majority of the belts at heavyweight, 3 of the 4 major belts he had. He had 3 of the 4 major belts. He had the IBF, he had the WBO and the WBA. Deontay Wilder had the WBC. That would be ridiculous. That would be ridiculous, especially because I think everybody was saying that as far as the mandatories, now I'm thinking about it, everybody was saying, it was not everybody, but it was known that the WBO had first priority as far as getting a mandatory spot for Anthony Joshua. I think the WBO was first, I think the IBF was second, and the WBA was third. So going by that, maybe Bob Arum is using that when he's talking with the WBO and say, hey, WBO should be the it's first in line. They have first dibs on getting a shot at Anthony Joshua. They got the first dibs when it comes to fulfilling a mandatory by the champion. WBO comes first, and we want to get our shot now. If he can't, if it's looking like he's finna rematch Anthony Joshua, then you need to strip him of that belt and put that title on the line with the 2 highest ranked fighters fighting. #2 guy fighting #3 guy, opposed to Dylan White, the #1 guy fighting #4 guy. We've got 2 of the highest rated guys in the top 3, and that should take precedence over a guy in Dylan White fighting a lower ranked guy that's ranked up under me and Schwartz. Fury and Schwartz. Maybe they do it like that. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see. It's kind of crazy, man. I don't think Dylan White, if a mandatory position is called, Dylan White is #1. He should be getting, he should be set up to get the chance at the title ahead of the guys that's ranked below him. But he might, they might jump him. They might not jump him in the ranking, but they might do him like they did Dylan White in the WBC. The winner of this fight Saturday night between Fury and Schwartz might be mandatory for the WBO title. They might do it like that. Same thing that the WBC did. Even though Dylan was ranked #1, Brazil was a mandatory at ranked #4. So every organization got different rules. I know the WBC rules are if you are a WBC silver champion, which Dylan White is, you have to fight an eliminator to get a shot at the champion. And Dylan White has failed to do that. Now, the WBO rules, I have to look into those rules and see if those rules are similar to the WBC. But as far as the rankings go, he is ranked #1, but he has not been declared the mandatory for the title, just like he hasn't been declared the mandatory for the title by the WBC. Now, will they do the same thing as far as the winner of Fury Schwartz will come to mandatory? And they won't really look at the fact that Dylan White is ranked #1 and he's ranked higher than Fury Schwartz. When they look at that, they look at that the same way the WBC look at it. It's not about who's ranked #1. It's about who's the mandatory. The mandatory don't necessarily have to be the #1 ranked contender. So we'll see what happens, man. This is just a lot of things that need to be resolved. But again, Tyson Fury is stated that the WBO title could possibly be on the line. I find that very, very, very hard to believe. I think best case scenario, the winner of Fury Schwartz become the interim champion. And then they become, and then through the interim champion, they become maybe mandatory for the WBO title. And they have, the WBO champion will have a year to fight the winner of Fury Schwartz. I don't think they will make that mandatory, and you have to negotiate in 3 months for a title, or it's gonna go to a purse bid. But maybe like I said, Bob Arum has a lot of power in the WBO. He's in bed with WBO, but maybe they, a lot of these organizations, they change the rules as they go, man. They don't, just because one scenario it plays out one way, then another scenario it plays out another way. So we'll see what happens, man. But again, Tyson Fury is out here making news today, saying that the WBO title could be on the line. And could add to the fact he could be the WBO champion if he beats Schwartz, along with the lineal heavyweight champion that he is right now. So we'll see, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. But like I said, man, I wouldn't put it past past it happening. Simple fact that Bob Arum has very close ties to the WBO. He's got, just like Al Heyman has very close ties to the WBC. Al Heyman has very close ties to the WBO. You remember Manny Pacquiao? He had that WBO belt when he was welterweight champion. So we'll see what happens, man. Again, this is JB Sports, man. Just giving you this quick nugget, man, about Tyson Fury, man. We'll see how it plays out, man. I'm about to get up out of here, man, and head to work, man. Just giving you guys a quick nugget about Tyson Fury and Schwartz possibly being for the WBO belt. My opinion, I don't think that's going to happen. I think best case scenario would be for the WBO interim belt, and it'll put them in mandatory position to fight for the belt within a year. That's my best case scenario. I think that's going to play out, man. We'll see what happens, man. But Dylan White, man, needs to be he needs to be if that's the case, he need to be on the phone. He need to have Eddie Hearn on the phone with the WBO himself and saying, there's no way you guys should jump me. I'm fighting the number 4 guy, so it's not like I'm not fighting. It's not like I'm fighting the number 15 guy. I should still be in line for the mandatory position for the WBO belt. You can't jump 2 guys that's below me ranked, ranked 2 and ranked number 3. And plus, I was willing to fight Fury for the WBC belt. I'm willing to fight the guy, but the guy's saying that he doesn't want to fight me. He wants to have a couple of tune-ups and then fight Deontay Wilder early next year. So he needs to be on the phone or have Eddie Hearn on the phone, telling them don't let Bob Arum use his influence and power to pull a fast one over me in my position. That's basically what he needs to be saying. So we'll see what happens, man. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.